Welcome back. President Cyril Ramaphosa will try to woo investors at this year's World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. It's a prime opportunity for top government officials to interact with potential investors. And South Africa is intent on pulling out all the stops at a time when it's competing with other emerging markets. Our reporter Annika Larsen is there and joins us live. Annika, the president set to arrive in the next 30 minutes or so. He's going to try hard to actually ensure and instill confidence in South Africa, despite the corruption we're hearing about at the state capture inquiry.
That's right, and it's not just corruption, it's really about South Africa's infrastructure and Eskom in particular that's causing some concern, certainly to financial investors, especially those who are being urged to come and set up shop in South Africa with competitive rates, and they want to know that their businesses are going to be able to run and have electricity. So I think that's actually at the moment of bigger concern to financial institutions and big business that want to come and invest in South Africa. But the overall picture, certainly here from Davos on the geopolitical side, is looking very gloomy indeed. And those main players who were expected to attend, cancelling at the last minute, Theresa May dealing with Brexit at home, Donald Trump dealing with the US shutdown and the border wall in the US, and Emmanuel Macron dealing with the protests at home. So those are the big issues that are being discussed, including the Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa and his cancellation of his visit. Those are big issues and big talking points here at Davos, and they are not here.
So in the sidelines, I know, at Davos is where our ministers and business people from South Africa will actually put that bigger agenda aside and try to win over support and investment for South Africa. What's it looking like at the moment already going into this? Are we favorable or not?
Well, I can tell you this. Every minister that I've spoken to who's come ahead of President Ramaphosa, who's actually leading this delegation, he was in Geneva this morning, he arrived in Zurich about an hour ago, and it's about an hour and a half drive to Davos, so he'll be here any minute now. They have said that the difference in mood and certainly the way they've been received this year compared to last year, there's absolutely no comparison. And remember, while Ramaphosa was deputy president last year, Pravin Gordhan was sent home the minute he'd landed. There were major concerns about state capture, the Guptas, and President Zuma, who also wanted to build 8 nuclear stations at a cost of 1 trillion rand when we clearly could not afford it. So a very different mood here this year, a very buoyant cabinet attending Davos, and high hopes that 1.2 trillion rand that is hoped to be secured by 2023 is indeed achieved.
And then very quickly, Annika, of course, the energy and nuclear plan is something that you actually discussed with the energy minister at Davos. A slightly different stance compared to what the ANC has decided on this matter. Take us through it.
Yes, I mean, they're very clear in their 2019 election manifesto that they're very much about renewables and clean energy. And Jeff Radebe telling us yesterday that nuclear is not out of the question. It's really just a matter of cost. So, Shahan, if you can probably see those big, just to give you some perspective, you can hear that helicopter behind us. You perhaps might be able to see it. But there's such high security here, and these heads of states are flying in and out. It's quite fascinating to see them landing every few minutes. But certainly saying that nuclear energy, getting back to Jeff Radebe, is not out of the question. It's just a matter of cost. And there are big Russian delegations here, there are big French delegations, and they're all pushing for nuclear. So I'm sure that there will be some sort of talks behind the scenes that we won't be privy to that will discuss possible nuclear in the future. And yet you have other reports saying that big nuclear stations like Coburg should be decommissioned by at least 2050.
All right, thanks so much for that. Appreciate it. Our reporter Annika Larsen.